No matter how you feel about Donald Trump, it's undeniable he's inheriting an uglier, more dangerous landscape than any president in decades. There are hot wars, cold wars, and potential wars. Danger is nearly everywhere. And as we know from his first term, Trump has strong policy instincts, but he doesn't always have detailed plans. That gives him flexibility, but it also creates uncertainty about where exactly he's leading the nation at a time when the world seems to be coming apart. I'm here to try to answer a big question that I've been asked by foreign diplomats, U.S. officials, corporate executives, and seemingly everybody else since Trump won. What will the world look like after another 4 years? You should read my deep dive for Bloomberg opinion, that's linked in our bio, but here's how I answer them. It really comes down to 5 scenarios. Trump is promising a historic American rejuvenation. A smarter, tougher superpower can start winning on all fronts. He says he'll rebuild the U.S. military and squeeze more defense spending out of our NATO allies. He'll prevent countries from ditching the dollar by threatening sanctions. Trump is basically saying that if he wields Washington's unmatched power more boldly, he can usher in a new era of peace, prosperity, and American dominance. His critics aren't convinced. They warn that Trump might instead choose rejection or even defection. In other words, he might jettison U.S. leadership or make common cause with the autocrats attacking the American-led world. There are also 2 milder possibilities. One in which Trump manages a messy but productive recalibration of U.S. strategy. In the 1970s, Richard Nixon did something like this. His bold moves, like shifting to a floating exchange rate and reaching out to China and the Soviet Union, helped recharge a post-war system that was losing momentum. Trump could take a similar approach. We saw a version of this in his first term, when Trump shifted from engaging China to competing with it, when he deprioritized globalization in favor of economic security. That process was messy, but the outcomes were fairly productive. So perhaps Trump can pull off something similar in term 2. Or perhaps his erratic behavior and dueling advisors will lead to a 5th potential outcome. Pervasive confusion that just makes a bigger global mess. Anyone with a stake in the well-being of the democratic world should root for one of the more mild, positive outcomes. Anyone familiar with Trump knows the darker possibilities can't be ruled out. So which will it be? If we knew exactly what would happen, we wouldn't have to consider different scenarios. The point of an exercise like this one is to help us prepare for the unknown by understanding the many paths the future could take. So stay tuned and make sure you read my deep dive on all 5 scenarios.